At this point, I am literally ruining any chance of me getting possible sponsorships or partnerships in the future. Because I don't know how to be quiet. Hey guys, Harriana and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Anna Todd and the issue with after, but I'm going to be doing it while I take my braids out. It's time to take these out. You can't really see them in the camera, but yeah, they have beads on them. I posted like a picture of them using them. At work, we had to go outside and I didn't want my hair messing up and my usual cute little afro I wear. So I was like, you know what? Put some braids in. You don't have the time. So here we are. I'm about to take these braids out. As I discussed the issue with after. The issue is not really with after itself. It's more with the author of after. Honestly pains me to make this video because I love Wattpad. It is honestly one of my favorite apps. I'm an active user on it. I use it every day. I read stories on it. I write. My bees just slipped down. Yes, I am very active on Wattpad. And I have seen the way it has changed over the years, and it has been a very interesting change, I'll say that. And since After We Collide comes out, which is basically After 2, okay, if you don't know what After is, basically After is just a fan fiction about a girl that gets abused by Harry Styles. That's what After is. That's all you need to know. And people will be surprised when they find out I'm not a fan of After. And I'm like, y'all, just because I have standards, okay? I have standards. Like, don't try me. When people assume I'm a fan of like this, like people are even surprised that I wasn't even a fan of One Direction. It just wasn't my thing. I'm not really into boy bands, to be honest. Like the type of boy bands I'm into were the ones past my time. I wasn't not really into like anything current during my middle school days. As you guys know, I was really into like the Disney Channel stars and everything when I was in middle school. I didn't really care about One Direction all that much. You guys want to get like an idea of who Anna Todd is, so I'm going to go ahead and read you guys. Hello.
They don't hear about
Can you at least say hi? Say hi, YouTube. I'm in the living room recording this because
your room got.
There's something going on with my room right now. It's being like something.
My room has the Bob Duncan experience.
Yeah, there's an issue going on with my room right now. I don't really want to talk about it because it has something to do with something getting in our attic. I don't want to talk about
Bob Duncan.
Stop! Stop it! Mommy, she making fun of me. Okay, I'm talking about Anna Todd and the issue with After. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, now you can leave me alone. So as I was saying, a lot of people don't really know exactly who this person is. Like, if you grew up like as a fangirl and all that stuff, you probably know who she is, but I'm gonna read what she says about herself on her website. Is Summer Camp Island still on air? Okay. I've been watching it. Okay. You're a distraction.
Oh, finally.
What? No, you don't have to leave. It's just... Okay, this is what she says on her Wattpad. This is not who she is now. I'm talking about... I feel like people need to know who Anna Todd was before or after like blew up into fame. So this is what she says on her website now. Hi, I am Anna Todd, internationally and New York best time selling author of the After series. I would not be proud of that.
She is. Wattpad was that into a movie.
To be honest, I would love for one of my Wattpad stories to get turned into a movie.
The fact that her story not good.
Yeah, that's the main issue. It's way more issues than that. The brightest stars, the Spring Girls, and the producer of the film After. From Wattpad to publishing my first novel to the first step onto the After set, I have loved sharing every detail along the way with you, the reader, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So she is very open with who she is as a person to her readers, which I do give her props for. But at the time, like after what she wrote after, she was a grown woman writing fan fiction about a teenage boy band. That's basically it. And my issue with that, because people write fan fiction on whatever, I really don't care what people write fan fiction on, but it's the fact that they were real people. If One Direction were fictional, I probably wouldn't have so much of an issue with it, but it's because they're real people. That's the main problem with it. And that's part of the reason why I never really cared for it. I did read the book, the first book. Horrible. I'm never gonna get those 2 weeks of my life back. And I started reading the second one. It's just so bad. I'm supposed to be doing my hair. Honestly, compared to most One Direction fan fiction out here, After is pretty tame. Like, it's still like, a lot of people only write fan fiction because they want to know what it's like to do it with their favorite celebrity. That is what After is, but compared to a lot of 1D fan fictions, this one's a pretty chill. I hate saying that word, but yeah. Now, we all know, like, the main issue with fan fictions is that they always start off really, really terrible. I'll go ahead and say that. They either start off bad or they end bad. But the thing about this story over here is that it was horrible the entire time. It didn't get better the more it went on. If anything, it got worse. And then when you actually get to the ending, it's so anticlimactic. You're just like, y'all really ate this up. Like, it's extremely, I found it really, really boring and really, really irritating. None of the characters are really likable for all that matter. It's like everybody is kind of like a stereotype. Because you have your typical girl next door character, you know, the self-insert character who's not that great. I can't see myself being her because she's just too boring. But After, because, you know, like when the site actually, like, when Wattpad kind of took advantage, no, not kind of, Wattpad did take advantage of how much After was giving them attention, because a lot of people were getting on the app just to read After, and still to this day people are still literally getting on the app to make fun and read the story. Like, even whether people like it or not, it's making money, and that's what Wattpad seems to be going for. There's a lot of issues with Wattpad as a whole, because a lot of the stories on that site are just repeats of each other. I can literally go on here to the popular page of Wattpad and find about 10 other stories. I can even go into my library of things I used to read years ago and probably find 10, 20 stories that are similar to this one. Like, it's that predictable. Like, the main issue with Wattpad is because people write those stories because they know that's what's gonna get them attention. Like, I'll go ahead and tell you this now. The best stories on Wattpad have under 100k reads. Like, if you want to find something good, you're gonna have to search pretty hard. Like, it's really hard to find something good to read on that site. And I really do blame the Wattpad algorithm for it, because they promote what they know is gonna get them the most traffic and attention. And they don't even care if it's good or bad or not. And since the rise of After, when they realized they could profit off of it, I'm mainly talking about when the movie After came out, because After We Collide is going to be coming out in like 2 months prior to me making this video. I mainly saw this issue when the first movie came out, that they went ahead and like changed the entire website. They went ahead and changed the entire website, and I was like, that's not a good sign, because they were saying, we're rebranding, it's time for a change, don't you change. And I understand, I literally rebranded this year, so who am I to judge when it comes to rebranding? Rebranding is not an issue. It's just, as soon as they changed that design and their logo, I was like, I know something bad is gonna happen with this site, because apparently they offer a premium section now on Wattpad, and last time I checked, the purpose of Wattpad was free entertainment. And that's the thing about a lot of online entertainment nowadays, is that it's not even free anymore. You gotta pay to get certain things, and at this point it's not even worth it. It's just that Wattpad is becoming a bit more and more money hungry as the days go on, and I do truly feel like After is part to blame. Not part to blame, is to blame. There are other books on Wattpad that have become actual published books. Like, I don't know if they're best-selling books, but they're published. But this is the first Wattpad book to get a movie. Like, a movie in the US, because I do know another Wattpad story had got a movie somewhere else. I think I might actually braid my hair this short next time. But this is the first one to get an actual movie. And then it's like when the movie came out last year, you literally could not avoid going anywhere on the website about it because it was just that big a deal for them. And I was happy for Wattpad, that a Wattpad writer, because I am a Wattpad writer. Wattpad writers are real writers, let's go ahead and throw that out, that was able to get their stories brought to life, because that is something that I want. But I'll go ahead and throw this out here. Just because you know how to use proper grammar and punctuation and know how to write complete sentences does not mean you're a good writer. Good writing means having an actually good plot with characters that are actually good. The story needs to be actually good. It's horrible writing. It's like the Twilight thing all over again, where it's either teenage girls or like lonely moms. That's really it. And it's sad. It's just reminding me of Twilight all over again. But I think people are a bit more open. The thing about Twilight, at least it was creative. It had mythical creatures involved with it. That's the main reason why a lot of people were kind of drawn into Twilight. It was something else there. After is not. It's kind of the same plot as Twilight, but there's no supernatural things going on. It's just boring college life. Like, give us something else. This is the main reason why it's really, a lot of people are just kind of like over it at this point. To be honest, a lot of people are just hate watching this movie at this point. And you know what? Wattpad doesn't even care that people are hate watching it, because you know why? They're watching it. They're reading the book. They're still making money off of this horrible story. And it's like, I try to give Anna Todd the benefit of the doubt, because I always like to give people chances, especially people who post their content online, because the main reason a lot of people publish their content online for free is because they're not getting paid to do it, or it's really hard for them to, because they don't have the connections. And I truly do understand what it feels like to not really know anybody in the industry that you want to work in, because personal experience, I understand it feels terrible. Stephenie Meyer all over again, where I don't really have good feelings towards Stephenie Meyers, because of some feelings I found out. I saw some things that she said about race and I did not like that, so I just don't really care for her. Also, after, there were no black people or people of color in general in this story. Everybody was white. That's another issue. There was really no diversity, and I do kind of praise Anna Todd for realizing there was no diversity in this story when she was in charge of helping make the film. She did add that in there. They did do a lot better with the diversity, and I see the way certain people are attacking her. It's just the way people are attacking her is the way they were attacking Stephenie Meyers all over again. Now, I'm gonna go shower and wash my hair. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. But I noticed that like a lot of men have been criticizing Anna Todd the same way as Stephenie Meyer, as I said earlier. Now, it just goes back to where people feel like men can be mediocre, but women can't. So if women do something like a piece of work that's as equally as a man does, it's going to get worse criticism than what the man does. Because people will always make up excuses for, he was just having an off period, it's okay. But women, it's just like, this is the worst thing ever, they're never gonna bounce back from this, yada yada yada. That's the kind of feel I was getting from it. Then men, they were just making fun of the typical stereotypes that young adult women and teenage girls and just women in general most likely like. But in the end of all this, I really hope Wattpad starts promoting better stuff on their site, because I'm just gonna go and tell you, there is more to writing than just romance. And that's just something I've always noticed. Every time I go through the Wattpad's top stories, they're all romance stories, and I'm tired. And it's usually teen romance, college romance, stripper romances, pimp romances, billionaire romances. Like, what? It's usually the same variation of the same type of romance. And I'm like, y'all, there's more to writing and creativity than this. And it's just so difficult to find a good story, because there is somebody out there that that has a good story under 100K reads and somebody over here with 1 billion reads, but that person is not going to get anything. That person probably wants to get that book published. They probably wanted to turn it into a screenplay or a play or anything, and it's just not going to happen to them because they don't have the numbers, because the algorithm on Wattpad is just such a mess. But yeah, I feel like I'm just rambling on at this point, and I'm just going on and on and on about my feelings toward Wattpad at this point because I do. Okay, my camera cut off. I'm sorry. You can still like something and still be critical of it. Like, nothing in here is perfect. It's okay. That is it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Will you be going to see After We Collide? Yes? No? If you do go see it, will you be going to hate watch it? I really would like to know. Comment down below how you felt about this overall topic, because it's always interesting to see how people see this from different perspectives. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Don't forget to follow me on everything. And yeah, have a good day.